everyone, Brittany and Chris Carmichael here, bringing you the Elevated Life series each week, every Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And today's topic, we are going to dive into how to get out of a funk. And hey, singing is the fastest way to raise your energy, right? So let's celebrate today. It's Friday. It's Memorial Day weekend. Let's honor the people that have been bamboozled into fighting for whatever. And let's be thankful that we can choose freedom right now. Everything is a choice, and your funk is a choice, and getting out of it is up to you. So today's topic in the Elevated Life is all about how to get out of a funk, and we are going to share some of our top tips to elevate your energy and raise your vibe. The first thing I really want to point out in being in a funk is recognizing that you are in a funk and owning it, honoring it, and giving yourself time to explore and feel those feelings that are coming up for you. So don't beat yourself up for being in a funk. You're only going to spiral down the drain even further. Just honor and accept that you're in a funk.
Yeah, it's important. Like one of the things that happens, like whenever we have big feelings like that come up, and we start to feel like the burden of the world is on us. And when we're talking about a funk, we're really talking about that state where you don't feel motivated anymore. You kind of feel disconnected to life, and nothing's really exciting you.
A rut, depressed,
yeah.
Whatever you want to name it. It's all about the story that you're telling yourself.
Yeah, so, rather than running away from it, which a lot of us will do, we'll be like, oh, I feel bad. And then you just repeat, oh, I feel bad, and I feel bad.
So then you take new actions that create more of that same feeling.
Yeah, instead just, sit and be really quiet with it and, explore that feeling. Like, feel it really intensely, and that allows you to let it go. If you just feel it a little bit, it's almost like trying to get into the water slowly. Like, just get in the water.
Yeah, just jump into your truth and feel those emotions. And one of the first things you need to do when you're in a funk is really tune in and check out what's going on. How is your body? Are you sleeping well? Are you eating well? Are you thinking well? These are very important key factors in your biological makeup and your energy levels. So first, if you feel yourself in a funk, ask yourself, am I eating healthy? Am I sleeping well? And am I thinking happy thoughts? And that will help to guide you to the story that you're telling yourself about being in a funk, or I don't have any energy, or I'm sad, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, a lot of times, what she's talking about, it's a much easier way to start off, because fixing biological things is pretty simple. It's like, if you haven't been outside in a while, if you're not getting enough vitamin D, especially if if it's wintertime and you feel yourself in a funk, you've got to make sure that you handle all the biological stuff. If you're not drinking enough water, like, you can't make the right decisions. Like, your body is literally made, just like plants. You need water, you need sunshine, you need the right nutrients. And so
love and attention.
Yeah, right? And if you're not getting those things, like, that's where to start off first. So make sure that you're doing those. And especially, like, for me, if I ever get into any kind of situation like that, my biggest thing is exercise, because a lot of times you get all these stored emotions inside your body, and you have to get them out. You don't store those tensions.
I just recently read your issues are stored in your tissues, and so it's important to recognize that our emotions and our energy gets trapped in the muscles. This is why we talk about not eating sad animals, because their emotional state is trapped in their muscles, and that's what we're eating off of. Well, that's what other people are eating off of them. So your issues are in your tissues. So move your body, get a massage, do some body work, some Reiki healing, go outside and play, dance, orgasm, jump around. Like, get your body moving, because the reason why you feel in a funk is because your energy has just been kind of like, woo, and it has been stuck. So it needs to get moving. I just want to take a moment to say hi to Katie and Ann and everyone else who's here. Ann says, yes, this is a great message, especially with the month being mental health awareness.
Huge, yes.
Hi, Mo. Katie says, massage helps. Katie has been an amazing massage therapist in my life. She's moved on to other ventures, but she is definitely the reason why I learned about my body, and that we are not our body, but it's a great tool that our spirit can maneuver this earth plane in, and that our muscles and the release of tension in the muscles creates energetic release and makes your energy raise to a higher vibration.
And you get like huge endorphin rushes, and those endorphin rushes will help, propel you forward, and so you don't stay in that spot. And if you don't have a really cool massage therapist, number one, try and go find one. But if you can't, self-massage is always a fine way to do it. Like, good oil-based, or, a nice massage lotion, especially if you have a partner. That can be a huge way to be intimate with them.
Will you rub my shoulders?
Right? And so it's like, that's an easy way to connect, and that's an easy way to start working out the tension. And as you work out the tension, you'll notice that your mental state feels better as well, because, again, it's trapped inside you, and so you have to release it. For me, moving my body and stuff like that is one of those non-negotiables.
Yeah,
it's something
something he's if his energy raises or changes, immediately he's working out. Not like pumping a ton of iron, but just moving his energy around.
Yeah, it's such an easy diffusing method. It's almost so easy that we forget about it. We'll stay in this funk and sit on the couch and turn on TV and eat all of our emotions. And a lot of times what you're doing with eating all the emotions is you're pounding down processed food and pounding down alcohol, and both of those are super hard on your liver, because that's what really processes everything. And so you go into more of a funk, and the easiest way is to get those healthy nutrients, saturate yourself with good clean water, and start moving that body around, and you're going to notice immediately how much better you start to feel.
Yeah, Katie says using racquetballs helps wonders, and that's something, honestly, if I could reach under here, we've got all kinds of crazy tools
Sure.
in our living room to help work out the muscles, the knots, the tensions. We've got lacrosse balls everywhere, because we're constantly rolling around, getting our muscles massaged and supple, and bringing oxygen and blood flow into them. So another tool that I like to use, and Chris isn't really into this one, so remember, there are many different ways to get out of a funk. The most important thing to recognize is the word fun is in the word funk. So go have some fun, whatever modality that is for you. But something that really helps me is journaling out my feelings, writing out the question, how do I feel? Well, I feel disappointed. Well, why do I feel disappointed? I feel disappointed because, and then go deeper and deeper and deeper and begin to get to the truth of the matter. And a lot of the times you'll find your own expectation about how life should be is clouding the judgment of what is actually happening in reality. And for some reason that automatically cuts off our gratitude, I was going to say our gratitude meter, but just our joyfulness in life. So journal it out. Ask yourself those hard questions. How do I feel? Why do I feel this way? What does this mean? What does this represent? Where did this energy come from? How did I pick it up? How did it get started? Start asking yourself the questions. No one's here to save you. No doctor, psychiatrist, life coach, or anything like that's going to come in and sweep you off your feet and say, you've got this, you're amazing. Although we do that, it's up to you. It's your choice. You choose the funk, and you choose to get out of it.
Yeah, these are just tools to help you get started into moving forward. Like Britt was saying, for me, again, it's a lot of times it's exercise. The other thing that I like to do is sleep. A lot of times, you just getting kind of away, you take a nap or you sleep for a night, and suddenly you just kind of feel better in the morning. You just kind of needed a reset, basically. One of the things that Britt does really well, if she gets super amped up, or a lot of times it'll be when she's really pushed herself hard in business or something like that, and kind of become overwhelmed with all the amount of stuff to get done. It's super easy to do, especially in this day and age. She creates something. And so she'll get in like a creative project or paint or something like that, and you'll notice that I notice that when she does that, it takes you into a different space. It's a different mental space, and you're not focused on you. You start focusing on I'm going to use my talents and my gifts, and I'm going to make something. Yeah,
channel your funk into something more positively creative. And for me, like you said, painting or crafting or making thank you cards, or even just reaching out to friends and letting them know how much I appreciate them helps to amp up my own energy.
Ooh, that's a good one. Writing thank you cards. This is a really big one. Because it automatically, just go up to Paper Source and buy a huge stack of thank you cards.
Or make them yourself.
Yeah, don't just get one. Get a bunch of them, and start telling people thank you. And you'll notice as soon as you start getting on that gratitude wheel, and as soon as you start, and just it can be simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just hey, I just want to let you know I super appreciate you in my life. I'm super thankful that you've been on this journey with me. I'm just showing my appreciation. Nothing hardcore. Just and send that. And what's going to happen is that person's going to get that. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, somebody appreciates me. This feels so good. And that reciprocates back to you. And you just kind of start this flow between the two of you or more people. And it becomes an amazing cycle.
Yeah, something about being in a funk that's coming up for me to share is that when you're in a funk, you're constantly focused on this negative story of I don't have this, or I'm not that, or this sucks, or whatever the case may be. And when you start to choose happier thoughts by feeling and expressing gratitude and connection to someone else, it raises your energy just a little bit. And the better you get, the better you get. So you just have to begin the process. Instead of going, well, I'm just going to amplify this and intensify it with all of my energy and just really go down the drain. Watch how good I am at putting all my energy into this bullshit, you know? Choose to use that energy to spiral you upward. And all it takes is just a little bit of joy, just a smidge, just crack open to let light in just a little bit, and it is contagious. It keeps growing and it keeps growing.
Yeah, it's small steps. It doesn't have to be, again, it doesn't have to be something huge. You don't have to go like, well, everything sucks, and then I'm going to switch to, oh my God, my life's the best thing in the world. Like, that's a big jump.
Yeah, just reach for one happier thought, one positive thought that you can reach onto, that you can actually feel, because through law of attraction, what we feel brings more of that energy into our life, and what you focus on expands. So as you focus on your funk, you're going to expand it more and more by like continually repeating the same story to every person you come in contact with. Well, I'm in a funk and this is what bullshit's happening in my life. Instead, choose a more empowered thought that says, you know what? I feel some feels right now, but that's okay. I honor it. It's a part of this cycle, and I'm choosing to reach for one higher, more positive thought, and gratitude and kindness will get you there quickly. Leslie says, I love to color. It relaxes me, and I feel more focused after I do it. Plus, I reconnect with my inner child.
That's perfect.
You know, I always say depression is repression, and we're repressing our inner child or our passions or who we really are. So if you're in a funk, let your freak flag fly. Let your inner child come out. Go have fun. Remember, fun is in the word funk. So let yourself feel that you're in a funk, notice why you're in a funk, ask yourself the questions you need to ask, and then go out there and have some fun, even if you don't feel like it. Turn on some happier tunes. I know when I was in my angst 20s, I would turn on depressing, sad, emo music and make it worse and cry and picture all these bad thoughts, and it would make it worse, and oh man, I'm so pitiful, and it would just get worse and worse and worse. So turn on some happy tunes. Turn on, what is that, Happy by Pharrell? Like, seriously, like, clap your hands, raise the roof, like, exactly, like, go have fun, let your inner child out, smile, give joy, be the light, even though the darkness sometimes creeps in to teach you how much light you actually have to give.
Yeah, you know, another thing that we've done in the past that works extremely well is go get out in a place, if you have any place near you that's nature-y, where you can be away from people. Yeah. Because, you know, nature doesn't really require anything from you.
They're not judging.
Very accepting.
Nature doesn't judge. It just supports and listens.
Yeah, so get out there, and if you need to scream, and if you need to yell and pump your fists and do all sorts of just crazy stuff you never want anybody seeing you do, like, this is definitely the place to get out there and do it. And, you know, you can do it so much that the emotions start to release, you know, and I've seen, you know, I like to do this with clients. We, you know, get out and have them go through this period, and I like to do it for a period of time. So I'll put on like a 15-minute timer and just have them go apeshit.
Go bananas.
And, you know, what ends up happening afterward is they get all of that emotion out, and they almost collapse. You see this like big...
finally release.
Yeah, collapsing, and then we do 15 minutes of meditation right after that. And so what ends up happening is you've exercised all of that energy out that was stuck inside of you, and you can sit and be calm and quiet and let your thoughts collect. And not that you're trying to think, you know, it's not that you're trying to think about something or contemplate anything, but just see what comes up for you. Like, notice like what that internal voice is saying, and you know, you can change that. These are things that you can manipulate. So all this stuff is very easy, very accessible. You know, going out to nature is free. You know, all this stuff is very easy. And so you just want to get out there and get it out of you, you know, and it's like, we have to express those things or we bury them. And what happens when we bury them is they stay, like Britt was saying, inside the tissues. And then we get tight over time. And then we start to have these like non-powerful physical gestures. Our shoulders, you know, come forward, and, you know, everything just seems like a drag. One of the biggest things you can do for this is have what they call like power positioning, where you stand up
tall.
You know, you let your voice resonate differently. And just from changing your physiology with your body, you know, suddenly you can just start to feel better.
Yeah, just try it, like slump over and be like, meh, and then sit up and bring your energy up and pull your energy up from your root and bring that up into your heart and expand it out. And you can feel there's a huge shift in energy just in the physical body. And when you create change in the physical body, the mind transforms and everything else follows.
It's all connected, yeah.
We are all connected. So feel the funk, notice that you're in it, dive into it, understand why this energy is stuck, what expectation you have on the world or what expectation you have on yourself. Feel it, and then go have some fun to get out of your funk. And I want to hear from you. What are ways that you like to get out of your funk? We've seen coloring, we've seen sleeping, bubbles. What is that way that helps you to get out of your funk? Because we're all different and we all express our inner child and how we have fun in different ways. So maybe your way might be something that helps someone else. So be sure to share how you like to get yourself out of a funk so that you can inspire and uplift others that are going through a rough time in their life.
Yeah, and one last thing is that we like to do it's called 5 by 5. And so basically, if it won't matter in 5 years, you only get 5 minutes to be in the funk.
Yeah.
And you get 5 good minutes.
Own it. Like,
those 5 minutes should be stellar.
Funk, man. And this happened to me earlier this week. Something happened, and it wasn't an expectation, it was just a planned, scheduled thing that got canceled, and it rightly so. And so I told Chris, I'm pouty. I'm in a pouty mood right now. And I stomped my feet as many times as I needed to get the energy out, because your body sends you energy and emotions to come up and go, hey, this is what's going on. You are not your emotions, so stop owning them as they are yours. Just recognize them, honor them, feel them, and then let them go.
Yeah, that's the difference between I'm sad and I feel sad.
Exactly.
Because you can't be an emotion. Like, you can't be something that's constantly changing. Like you're this special thing, and things are just happening as you go through life. And so saying I'm sad, like, it starts to define you, and your mind loves to hold on to identifications. And so it wants to say, ooh, well, if I'm sad, let me show me how sad I am. And instead, when you say, I feel sad right now, that gives you the opportunity to change it. So changing your language a little bit inside your mind allows you to move forward way faster. And so it's not about avoiding funks, because those are going to come up. What the deal is to minimize how much time you spend in them. And so again, if it doesn't matter in 5 years, which most stuff does not, get over it. Just get over it.
Lana says, working on purging my house, papers, closet from all the things creating chaos. Genius. I don't even think I got to that today. Is cleaning and decluttering will help to lift old negative stale energy. So clean out your emotions, your internal system, and clean out your physical system as well. Typically when your physical environment is cluttered, it's because your internal system, your thoughts and emotions are cluttered as well. So begin to take the external action, and the internal action will begin to release as well.
And your car.
And vice versa.
Yeah. Clean your car out. Take a shower. Like, clean yourself. Like, that
Don't be dirty.
That sounds really obvious, but it's really easy to miss, especially if we get sick, or if we're just not feeling good, or if we're overwhelmed. But you take a few little steps like that, you feel grateful, you can start feeling that gratitude, you write these thank you notes, right? And then all of a sudden you're like, damn, I was in a funk, I'm out of a funk, I feel good now, let's move forward. And so it's much easier to transition that way, rather than just, again, repeating that story over and over again.
Yeah, getting out of a funk isn't immediately coming out, and being like, I'm so amazing, I'm so happy. It's about choosing one happier thought, and these are the tools that will help you to get there. So I hope that this served you, I hope that this inspired you to recognize that being in a funk is not a problem, it's a cycle, and it's trying to show you something. So honor it, give it the space to show you the lesson it's here to teach you. Feel it, release it, and then go have some fun. Anne says, oh, take my daughter through car wash. Sounds great. I love that. I just told Chris
Britt loves this.
Yeah, I just told Chris this the other day. We went through the car wash, and I was like watching out the window, and I was like, I used to love this as a kid when my mom would take me through the car wash. It really is like symbolic of just washing away all of the dirt that we no longer need. Let your light shine from within by removing all the clutter and the funk that is surrounding you. You have the choice to choose, so choose joy. Boom.
Nailed it.
Got him.
Love you guys.
All right, guys, have a great Friday. If you have any topics that you would like us to cover here on The Elevated Life every Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, be sure to leave them below. And if you want extra love and attention, be sure to join my Shine Tribe Sisterhood for those of you that are looking for that support that you need along your journey to self-love and self-growth.
Have a great weekend, y'all.
Happy Memorial Day weekend. Celebrate yourself. Go have some fun. If you are someone who's in a funk right now, drop it and go have some fun. Your story has served you well, but it's time to shift it. We love you so much, and we can't wait to hear what topics you would like us to cover here on the Elevated Life series. We'll see you next Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Bye.
Bye.